Hey class, how you doing today? This is a Photoshop tutorial that I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you guys how to make the bling text. And to do that, it is quite simple. First, start off with a new file. Go to File, New, and then we're going to change our size to, you know what, we'll leave it at the preset web 1024 by 768 pixels. That'll be fine. For the name of this, we'll call it bling. And some of you have done really well on following the written instructions, but I want to show you guys more. And this will give you a more comprehensive view of how to go about doing it. So we'll click OK. Oh no, thank you. Why did it bother me with that now? Here we go. Bling text. First order of business. Let us take the horizontal type tool. It takes a moment for it to initialize sometimes. And here we go. Choose a nice, bold, fat font. For this one, I'm going to use, let's see here, I'll change it up a little bit. I'll use like Arial Black. That's a good one. I'll go to Arial, and up here, I'll change that to black. Set my paragraph setting to center and put caps lock on. And I'm going to type out the word bling. And you can really type anything you want. This is just convenient. So type out bling. And I'm going to make it larger. To do that, just switch over here to your move tool. And on your keyboard, press Control T. T is the word being transformed. We're going to open up our transform handles. So the first letter of transform is T. Press Control T. These handles appear. And what you do, ladies and gentlemen, you go ahead and make this bigger. That looks good to me. A little bit wider. And there we go. Alright, now for the extra fun part. This is where we really get into the nitty-gritty of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold the control key down. Well, first what we're going to do is we're going to rasterize the layer. Right now this is what's called an editable type font, which means that you can go ahead and click on it and it'll highlight it. But we're done with it. We've got the word that we're going to use. So I'd like you to right click on the layer and choose this word, rasterize type. Rasterize type. Starts with an R. Click that, and what that does is it changes it to just pixels. And we're going to make a selection on this type itself. So if you hold your control key down and click on the thumbnail image, you can see it right here where my mouse is. Click one time, you'll get what's called the crawling ant selection, which goes all the way around. See that? Now what we're going to do is come over here to the filter menu up top, and let's come down here to filter, render, and choose clouds. There we go. Filter, rendering clouds. And this is also the provision that you have this at black and white. The next step to this is we will go to our filter menu, go to distort, and choose glass. That opens up this window here. Let's keep this out of the way. Okay, can y'all see that? Alright, what we're going to do is change it from frosted glass to tiny lens. We'll change the scaling. We'll probably bring that up to about there. Change distortion that way, maybe the smoothness. And that looks good. Okay, another thing we have to do is we need to make this to where it's a little bit lighter. So if we press Control U, or go to our image menu, go to adjustments, and we change it to curves. What we're going to do is take this little guy right here, scoot it over just a little bit, and you'll notice now that it has more of a glass type effect, or diamonds if you like, and click OK. Now we get to do what's called a layer style. We're going to add a stroke around it and give it a bit of dimension with the bevel and emboss. To do that, let me scoot this up a little bit. On your layers panel, you'll see that it has this FX button. Click upon that, and let's go to stroke. Give it a large stroke, about like that. So that's what, 8 to 10 pixels. This is a rather large image, so I've got it at 10 pixels. And instead of color, what we're going to do is change this setting from color to gradient. And then we have a whole different set of gradients we can choose from. And to do that, click right here on this arrow, and we'll change it to the copper one. And that's what it looks like right now. Next we'll go to bevel and emboss. And for the style, up here we're going to change it from inner bevel to stroke and emboss. And then of course, we can change the contour. I'm going to let you change that to whatever you feel comfortable with. That looks pretty good. You can always change it later, it's not a problem. Kind of like that one, it seems to be doing the job. And then you can always change the size, of course, and also the depth. That looks good to me. Yeah, I like that. And then you can click OK. Now if you want to change it later, we always can, it's not a problem. Last thing I'm going to do is give it a shadow. I'm going to change the distance of it, and also the spread, and also the size. There it is right there. See that? See how it's a little bit blurry? I'm going to change the opacity close to 100, so that way it's darker. And for the contour, we can change that. There we go. I like cone because it gives it a little more darkness. And of course, you can change the size of it. That's a little too much. And you can adjust the distance too. There we go. That looks good. And I'll click OK. Now the only problem is this needs to look gold, so we need to change that color to where it looks gold. To do this, we'll come over here to the adjustment layer. That's this little button here. And we're going to choose hue and saturation. That brings up this. And what I'd like you to do is click colorize. Nope, not color it. Don't do that. What we'll do is change saturation all the way over to the right. And we'll set this over here to where it turns into gold. And there's a problem with it. It's not working. So let's go back to layers. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that and experience a problem. Yes, and then delete that. Try that again. Maybe if I change the bevel and emboss settings first. Let's try that. I'll just go to none. Yeah, put it back where it was. It's not a problem. I'll try that again. Hue and saturation. Yeah, that should be it. Hue and saturation. There we go. Now it's starting to work. That must have been a program glitch. So you take your saturation all the way over. I'm going to bring this over here to the gold. Actually, I'm going this way. Alright, so that looks to be about 27. Now right now it doesn't look too gold-like, but we can change that when we add a different background color. Alright, there we go. And we're good for now. Okay, next step, let's come back to layers. What we need to do is we need to change our background. We'll leave this one white, but let's create a new background layer underneath it. And then I'd like you to grab your paint bucket. And I'm going to change this to, I'll just select the black, that's fine. With the paint bucket, I'll click inside there, and that changes it to black. And then we can add some sparkle to this in just a moment. See how this is still kind of not too gold? What we can do is adjust that as well. If I double click right here, that brings up the adjustments. I'm going to kind of play with the setting just slightly. Gold, maybe bring down the saturation just a bit. That's better. That's better. And then come back to layers. Okay, now to add some sparkle. You click on the layer, new layer icon, it brings up layer 2. We'll rename that by double clicking the name and just call it sparkle. I took it off caps lock. And then you click over here on your brush tool. See, they're all grouped together in your brush tool. And then in your presets, which are located up here on the options bar, we can come down to, where is it? I think number 55 is a pretty good one. Number 70. We'll try 70. Either way, any of those will work. And what we need to do is switch our foreground colors and background colors around. Right now, black is in the foreground and white is in the background. If you click these two arrows here, we can set those in reverse. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, there we go, add a couple of little sparkles to it. As you can see, I've got my nice swap meet gold looking chain. Put that on a chain and that can be a hip hop star. There we go. Final thing, if you want to email this to yourself or just save it for the, for grins, you can go to your file menu, go to save for web and devices. This opens up a new window. It's rather large, and this allows you to change the scale. Right now it's at 100%. I'm going to bump that down to 50 to see how that looks. And that works out just fine. That's the format that I'm choosing is JPEG, and I'll leave it at that. And then down here on the bottom, let's get this over. I will just click save. Let me make this so you can see it. It's not cooperating. Anyway, save is located. There it is, right down there. Save, and then you just save it to wherever you want to save it. It's called Bling, and you're done, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you found this informative. Um, Always read the instructions, but I hope you benefited from the video as well, so you can see it in action.